What's good, fam? Welcome back to another video. Today y'all gonna learn how to make a guitar R&B melody from scratch without using the actual guitar. Like me, I've been playing guitar for a good minute and I've been getting better at it, but sometimes you might not be able to play a guitar at that moment, so you're going to have to use a VST. So in this video we're gonna do just that. Go ahead and spirit bomb that like button. Like, I need all y'all to give me your energy so I can, go ahead and spirit bomb that thing. Go ahead and subscribe. Let me know in the comments who your favorite R&B artist is or what you want to see next. Go ahead and follow my socials at Tia Laron. And like always, it's gonna be a fun time. Let's get into it. So the first thing that you want to have in mind is to have a very good guitar VST, because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of VSTs with guitar presets in there are pretty buns, so there's not that much out there in my opinion. But for me personally, I love to use the Ilya FMoff 9-line guitar. It's out of contact, so if you have contact, then you can get this. If not, then probably find something else. But this one, I use it all the time. Pretty sure it was only like 20 bucks when I got it. So I got this on the modern bossa preset, and I'm gonna show you first with the pattern that I laid out. So you're probably thinking, bro, it's only coming out of one ear. Basically, I have this one pan mainly to the left, and I'm gonna explain that in a minute. But for explaining that actual pattern, I'm gonna go ahead and put it back into the middle and go over it. So it might seem a little bit complicated, but once you break it down, like I always say, it's very simple. So all that you gotta know about this is that I'm using the 1-5-6-4 progression. So if you know music theory, then it might be simple, but if not, that's okay. We're gonna walk through it. So if I want to make something similar with the 1-5-6-4 method, let's say I want to start in D major. So let's make a D major chord. So now we're gonna go to the 5. In order to find a 5 simply, it's just A. If you have a chord with 3 notes in it, the 5 is always the top chord in it. So we can go to an A. So A major, because we would still want to be in the scale of D major. So A major. Now we're gonna go to the 6, and the 6 is literally just one above A. So the next note in the D major scale of A is B. So we're gonna do a B minor chord. Now we're gonna go down to a 4, which is just one down from A. So go down to a G major chord. Just for a passing chord that I love to do is that I go down to a 3. So it's gonna be an F sharp minor chord. So now let's play like this and see what we get. Okay, so now we have the basic foundation, but now we gotta go ahead and make it actually sound like an actual guitar. So let's go ahead and make the strum pattern, and usually for these, I think it's simple just to go up, so something like this. Then I might add a D. Do the same thing over here. Let's go ahead and bring this down an octave, do all R, and now see what we get so far. So then the last thing that you want to do is that you might want to go ahead and copy it over and then make some variations, or you can go ahead and add some top lines and for some passing notes. So I might go ahead and do something like this. Boom, something like that. Now, in my opinion, for making R&B, I would usually suggest staying in minor. Like right now, this is a C major or A minor, but I'm kind of starting on a C, so that's why I say it's C major. But I feel like minor scales usually sound more jazzy or R&B, so I would go with that. But for effects, we have on an RC20 on the Vinyl 3 preset, and just turn the noise off. We got some delay, some very slight delay, then an EQ to cut out some of that low boominess. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take this and put it down to the left again 100%, because when you're playing guitar, usually when you're recording it, you'll go ahead and double track it, which means that you'll record it twice, and then you'll put one to the left and one to the right, just to make it sound even more wide and rich. And when you're not playing it and using the VST, usually what I'll do is that I'll change one of the guitar midis very slightly. Like I might strum it a different way just so that it doesn't sound the exact same and just collapse to mono pretty much. So for the second one, you probably can't see the difference, but some of the notes are shifted to the left and put to the right. Then for the last song, I love to use this for guitars. It's the fingerstyle acoustic FX menu in Omnisphere. I use it all the time when I'm making guitars. Literally, I use it for the slaps and for the slides. So we get this. It just adds so much more realism to your guitars. The last thing for the guitar is the top line, because I did add a little bit of a top line in the original melody, but I want something that's going to be a little bit more higher than the other ones. So this one, I played it by ear, actually on my MIDI keyboard. So yeah, it's going to sound imperfect, but that's kind of what I was going for. So we get this. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not even sure what I was going for. I was just playing my MIDI keyboard and just seeing what came up. Alright, so next, I wanted something to give that guitar a little bit more body in a low end and low mids. So I got this orchestral harp at a Triton, and I literally just copied the exact same pattern. We get this right here. Like I said, I just wanted to fill out the melody a little bit more. For effects, I have on this EQ for the telephone preset. Now, you're looking at this thinking that, okay, this is taking a lot of the lows, but he said that he wants to fill out the body. But this preset in it has so much body in it, like by itself with no effect, it sounds like this. It was too full, so I still wanted to save some room for the bass. So that's why I cut out some of the lows, but not all of it. So it's still some there. And after that, it's the Vinyl 3 preset again out of RC20. Alright, now we can go ahead and start getting into the backgrounds and the counter melodies. So first, I got this ARP out of Omnisphere. It's called the ARP Salazar. And this one, what I did was that I took the chords, like the actual chord blocks from the guitar, laid it out like this, and played it. So we get this. For effects, just a ROM. I'm not gonna lie, whenever I make R&B guitar melodies, for some reason I just feel inclined to add an ARP in the background. It just makes it sound a lot more dynamic to me. I don't know why. Next, we got a piano, and we're using the Grandeur out of Contact. Very nice and lush piano. And this one is just copying and layering again. But for this one, I did want to make it sound a little bit more full, so I copied and layered it twice over 2 different octaves. So we get this right here. And to make it sound even more rich and lush, I got a magic switch for some chorus, then an imager, make it sound a little bit more wide, then some reverb. Then for the last thing that I used as a layer, I went to Triton and I grabbed this Rhodes, and what I did was that I copied the exact same pattern from the guitar, but I pressed Alt-Y to reverse it. Then after that, I rendered it out and then reversed that. So now we get this pattern right here. So because I deleted the actual MIDI, I'm going to show you what I mean to get something like that. Pretty much we go to your pattern, you do Control A, and then press Alt-Y to reverse it. You hit accept. Then after that, you render that out to an audio clip. And then after that, you just press reverse. So pretty much, even though it's reversed, it's still playing the exact same chord progression, just in the reverse manner. For that, we have on a magic switch for some chorus, an EQ to cut out some of the lows and some of the highs, then some reverb with some ROM. Alright, cool. So now for some of the counter melodies finally. First, we got this plug out of Serum. It's called Famous out of the Paradiso sound kit. So we get this. Since it was already a lot going on in the melody, I didn't want something else that was also going to make it sound just too cluttered, so that's why I kept it very subtle. But I having an EQ to make it sound more muffled with a telephone effect, then some pancake for some panning between left and right, and then some reverb with some ROM. Next, I went to SRX Orchestra and grabbed the agitato, yeah, that one right there. For this one, I just played out some different ear candy licks in different sections, so like this main thing right here, and then after that I just copied and layered it over 3 different octaves, so we get this. Notice how for the last part I actually have it planned out in legato. For that, just an imagery to make it sound more wide, and then some reverb of course with some ROM. God dang, man, I'm always using ROM. What is wrong with me? Next we have a synth bass out of Omnisphere. It's called the Acandre out of the Paradiso sound kit. And this one very simple, just copying the bass notes out of the chords. Then we get some vocals out of Splice. You know me, I gotta add them vocals in the R&B melodies, so we get this. My advice for when you're using vocals and your melodies and you're looking for different ones is that I will go ahead and look for ones that have the same BPM and the same pitch, because usually they might be of like the same bank and have the same style and cadence, so pretty much it all sounds like it fit together. For effects, I usually use this for all my vocals is I have on delay, very subtle, an EQ to give it that telephone effect, and then some reverb with some ROM. So usually when it comes to topping off the melody, I'll go ahead and add different accents out of different drum kits. So I just found these two out of this producer ground drum kit, which is free too if you guys want to go ahead and check it out. It's called the Cadence drum kit, PG Cadence, and here's what I got from those two. Then just to go ahead and finish the melody, usually I'll go ahead and add some transitions or a perk loop. This one I added both, so I'm gonna go ahead and play that final melody. But yeah fam, that's the video right there. Probably a short video, but it's all good. So hopefully you guys learned something from it and enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next. Follow my socials at Tia LaRon. Go ahead and drink you some water. That's very important. And yeah, I'll go ahead and see you in the next video. Keep being great. Peace.